It's Veterans Day, and what better way to get things started than the launching of a political campaign?
We'll be hearing from candidate Daniel Jackson as well as other guest speakers such as David Mute and Dr. Diane Evans.
Great things are happening right here, and you're watching it
on OpenMic News.
Been knowing him over 15 years, and I know what he possesses and what he can do, and I see the change that he wants to bring. The fact that he's purposeful, he's passionate, his leadership abilities are unmatched. He has an unbelievable focus, and I believe that if he puts his mind to it, he can achieve it. I have a lot of history with him, so I know a lot about him. So, this is a good thing, and I want to be a part of this historic moment.
Candidate Jackson brings a new perspective to the position, one that will appeal to young people because of his message about the future of our country and the future, what's going on in D.C. Also, I think he has a perspective on the military that is a perspective that's lacking right now in D.C. He is very focused on the needs of this district, and that has not been happening in the past. We have sent people to D.C. as well as to Atlanta, and once they get there, they are not about the needs of the district. They vote straight politics, not what is the needs in their own district.
I met Daniel, now it's been 2 years now, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the people who are here to support Daniel, and I'm looking forward to hearing about the excitement that we have in this 12th Congressional District.
A great event to be at, looking for change, and that's why I'm here to support Mr. Daniel Jackson. He's set the tone. Met him in the military through a mutual friend of ours, and ever since we met each other, we've been in the community doing community work.
How are you doing today?
All right, how about yourself, sir?
I'm doing great.
I really wanted to launch the campaign today because Veterans Day weekend means a lot to me and a lot of my brothers and sisters in arms. I'm retired military, and doing this on Veterans Day, I'm hoping that the veterans are paying attention because we need all veterans, that selfless service that we have when we're in uniform. We need to project that into this race.
And speaking of being a veteran, do you believe that there are any aspects that transfer well for being in office?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're taught about the Army values. Leadership is the acronym. So you have loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. At the end of the day, those are some of the things that you need. You need to be honest with your constituents, right? You need to actually lead and actually come up with those solutions. And you can't be afraid to tell someone when they're going too left or too right, right? You want to keep things in the middle for everyone. The youth need to see us, though. They need to physically see us as elected officials in their schools. They need to see us in the neighborhoods, and it's important to lead by example. So if we're going to ask the youth to do something, if we're going to ask the youth to excel in certain ways, we need to show them what that looks like. My generation, we need to come back to the youth, and we need to do a better job of raising the next generation of Americans. The most important thing is giving everyone a voice, right? As a representative, it's not about me. So I can stand in front of the room and talk about my personal problems, but it's not about my personal problems. I have to be willing to talk about everyone else's problems and find those solutions.
How's everybody doing today? All right. So those are my daughters, Jasmine and Maya, and I think we have my niece in the back as well, right? So what they're doing is they're passing out seeds, y'all. The big thing with these seeds, going back to my pastor, I was at church. He was talking about having the faith of a mustard seed. I was actually given a job as a vice president of a government contracting company. I retired in January 2021, and my brother tragically passed away a month after that. It forced me to come back home and face some realities. I had to make that decision. I'm here. That is why I'm here. That is why I came back to this situation. I can't do it all by myself. Never did it all by myself in the military. The only reason I was successful is because of my team. These particular values that have been instilled in veterans are what I'm looking at is missing in politicians. It seems like every other year we're talking about veterans benefits and whether or not they need them. Homeless people from Savannah getting bussed over Augusta and they just dropping them off. How do we sustain roads, railways, water systems, and electric grids in the future without just taxing everybody? How do we have so many tech jobs that have openings, but we don't have the trained workforce? Kids that are just growing and just learning about the world, we need more options than just locking them up. That is not the first step. He did talk about the American dream, just as a lot of other politicians have done for years. That American dream now that he's talking about is having an equal playing field. No matter where you live at, no matter where you come from. Let's spread these seeds of education, these seeds that talk towards the things that we can fix. It takes the faith of a mustard seed to move that mountain. All I ask y'all is your support. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you.